I am Sean Embrock with the HGP Sportscast. We begin with rugby. Trinidad and Tobago's men's rugby team suffered a heartbreaking defeat 22-18 against Guyana's Green Machine in the 2019 Rugby World Cup qualifier. Details in this report. Guyana's national rugby squad delivered for Guyana once again when they defeated Trinidad and Tobago 22-18 for the third consecutive win in the RAN's World Cup qualifier Saturday last in Trinidad in the 15s format. Guyana now move on to the championships playoff where they will play the North Zone winners of the Mexico versus Cayman Islands match July 5th to decide who moves on to round 2 of qualifying for the Rugby World Cup. As a result of the win, Guyana jumped 9 places to an unprecedented 46 from 55. In the Americas ranking, Guyana replaced Trinidad at number 8 from 10. Trinidad slipped 2 places down to 10. Football now. 5 teams registered win last Saturday when the Guyana Football Federation's Thunderbolt Flower Power under 17 continued in 3 associations. More from Calvin.
Playing in the West Demerara Football Association League at the Den Amstel ground, the home side beat Slingers 3-1 through a goal each from Malcolm Miggins, Anthony Ben and Keswin Fraser. Fruta Conquerors, Georgetown Football Club and Alpha United were in winners' row in the Georgetown Football Association's league. Playing at the Tugfield ground, Fruta Conquerors dismissed Santos 3-0, compliments of goals from Joel Yap, Nicholas MacArthur and Malachi Adonis. Alpha United then brushed aside order and discipline, 3-0 with goals coming off the boots of Julian Bamfield in the 24th minute, Daniel Augustine in the 38th minute and Cleon Robertson in the 69th minute. The Georgetown Football Club also enjoyed a 2-0 win against Compton. Kellon Blue and Williamson DeSantos were the 2 goal scorers.
And still with football, the Ministry of Public Health Stop Gender-Based Violence soft shoe competition moves to the round of 16 scheduled to kick off Sunday, June 26 at the Ministry of Education ground, Carifest Avenue. Details in this report. Broad Street 4 goals, 1 game 1 versus Ministry of Public Health 1. Leon Richardson 18, Jimmy Gravesandi 21st, Devon Johnson 22nd, and Jamal Kosher 23rd accounted for Broad Street win. The lone scorer for the Ministry, Trevor Lewis, in the 3rd minute. All Boys Tongue Trunks Young Ballers 5-0. Kimo Scott netted a triple supported by Roy Samuels and Lennox Court with 1 goal each. Game 3, 4 and 5 ended in stalemates. West Front Road 4 versus Queen Street, Tiger Bay 4, Kitty Weavers versus Ben Street without scoring, and Alexander Village 0 versus Leopold Street 0. Game 6 was the scorcher of the night with a come-from-behind win for Sparta Boss, who was on the brink of being knocked out. Game 6 was the scorcher of the night with a come-from-behind win for Sparta Boss, who was on the brink of being knocked out. Gregory Richardson double supported by Sheldon Shepard and UC Phillips goal in the 30th edged Sophia for the win. Sophia scorer Shemroy Arthur, Desmond Katam, and Dwayne Lowe. The tournament moves to the round of 16 and the teams qualified are Channel 9 Warriors, Campbellville, Kitty Weavers, Globe Yard, Sophia, Holmes Street, Tiger Bay, West Front Road, Queen Street, Tiger Bay, North Rumvelt, Alexander Village, All Boys Tongue, and Tugville. The group leaders and runners-up. The 4 best third-place teams to complete the 16-team fixture are Sparta Boss, Broad Street, Leopold Street, and Northeast La Penitence. And finally in sports, Ikers Men and Pizza Hut win the open division of the Hockey Festival. More from Calvin.
After a long day of skills on display at various levels, the greatest show of the festival came down to the final match, being a men's matchup of the Hikers versus Bounty GCC. The teams busted out of the starting blocks with a GCC goal in the opening minute through Kareem McKenzie and an equalizer from Hikers Shane Samuels immediately after. The teams traded goals once again in the 2nd and 3rd minute before GCC surged ahead 5-2 6 minutes into the match. It was at this stage of battle that Hikers captain Robert France came alive as he and teammate Roy Branford drew their side level and then up by 2 just before halftime. The second half saw a Herculean effort by veteran GCC striker Kevin Spencer, who amassed 6 goals in the match, but the Hikers answered each of Spencer's goals with one of their own. The final whistle ended the heated matchup with Hikers victorious with 10 goals to GCC 9. The highly anticipated women's final unfortunately did not live up to anticipation as the Pizza Hut GCC returned to pre-tournament form and routed the Hikers by 8 goals to 3 after the two had drawn 5-5 on the previous afternoon. Gabriela Javier remained the main GCC attacking threat, while younger sister Rebecca also put in a sterling performance in defense.
And that concludes our sportscast. Now for a look at your weather forecast.